So in this short training, we're going to break down this strategy that I've used to get over 10 million views in a matter of months on TikTok and Instagram. When I first started my personal brand, I posted 3 videos every day for 90 days, and not one of those videos kicked off or went anywhere near viral. This is the mini training I would give to old me that would pretty much solve that problem for him. This would mean old Adam would actually be able to get some views on his videos and not just post 3 videos a day and be left with pretty much nothing, apart from more discipline and a whole lot of consistency. So we're going to talk about how to get viewers to watch your videos. So when 100 people see your video, how many of them actually stick around and watch the full thing? Not that many. You might think that 100 people sit there and actually watch the whole video. They don't. You see, how you get viewers to watch your videos is optimizing the first couple of seconds of your video. That's where you first want to focus. There's other factors to look at, but this is number one most important. So if I take that video that you see on screen, it did decently well on TikTok. It did okay. You know, I think maybe between 10, 20, 30,000 views. All right. Now, why this really did okay, but not 10 out of 10, was the first 2 seconds. The rule of thumb I have is you want to get about 70% of people in the first 2 seconds at least. I got 67, means 67% of people were still watching. So the others had already swiped to the next video. Now, if I could have figured out maybe something that I could have done in those first 2 seconds, whether it was the video clip of me or text on screen or the sound, maybe more of those people would have stuck around and then they would have watched longer, and then that would have pushed my video out further. This is what I want you to be thinking about. So we've got a few examples we're going to go through. We have things called pattern interrupts, which are things you can do at the start of a video, but also throughout your video, which will interrupt the pattern, right? Your viewer is in this pattern as they see your video. Most cases, they're like this. All right, they're scroll, 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 scroll. And they only stop when something absolutely hits their dopamine receptors and gets them to go, oh, wow, let me look at this. So the main way we're going to do that is with pattern interrupts. I'm going to show you these examples, changing the lighting, showing you a sitting down or standing up clip, zooming in or out, panning side to side, and then saying a triggering word like you or stop or don't or never. One of these. So I'm going to show you those in a moment. Now, when we look at this, there's other things to look at. It's not just pattern interrupts in the first couple of seconds. There's a technique called opening and closing loops. So essentially you start with a hook, which is opening the loop, and then you don't close that loop until near the end of the video. You're building suspense. You're basically making people feel like they need to watch till the end. Has this ever happened to you before? You've seen a video pop up right on your explore page. This has happened to me many times, and it's a video of somebody doing something. Okay, they're cooking, they're cleaning, but they're talking as they're doing this, but they're actually talking about something completely unrelated. For example, I saw a clip once of like a woman, right, and I think she was like cooking or cleaning, something like that, and she was talking about her husband cheating on her, right? But what she did was she opened up the loop and then started to go about her day and do other tasks and kind of like beat around, as we would say in Ireland, beat around the bush, all right? Walk around the topic, and she only closed the loop at the very end. So what this meant was that people watched the entire video just to hear the bizarre, crazy reason or the way she caught her husband cheating, something like that. So what she did was this: she opened the loop, distracted us with a bunch of other stuff, and then we waited like suckers till the end of the video. So think about how you can do this in your content. Okay, this is really powerful if you can get this right. This is an example of the pattern interrupt change in lighting. What you'll notice is that I basically turn on a light switch, and so the video goes from dark to light really fast. Let's watch. Cool, super simple, right? But that has all happened within the first 1 second. So you'll see here, we're still within the first 1 second. We've had 2 different video clips already, and we had the pattern interrupt with the light. We've also had text onto the screen, okay? So people might be reading this text as they see me hit the light and switch the light, just like that. You'll also see I turned on the tap. It's a very subtle thing, but that can cause people to be interested, to go, oh, look, he just turned on the tap. Okay, next, another clip of me. And another clip. So you'll see it's very fast paced. So this was all designed to get people hooked within the first two seconds. This is an example of me sitting down at the very start of the video to hopefully hook people in. Now, of course, there's text on the screen, so people will most likely read this text. And if you look at the length of the video, it's 6 seconds, but it might take you more than 6 seconds to read the text. That's done on purpose. But look at how I sit down. Super simple. But that like movement and that change in the scenery will most likely get people to see that. And it's like that pattern interrupt. It's not what they were expecting, maybe. Another example here, similar setup, text on screen, but watch, I sit down. Super simple, but that will change how people see it. If it was just this, people may not watch the video as long. This is an example of the video panning side to side. So it shows me, it shows the laptop, and it shows the C view. All there strategically to get people to continue to be hooked in. And finally, this is where I'm using triggering words. I say delete Snapchat. Stop playing video games. I'm using these big bold words that people will see and go, whoa, right? This is not me saying maybe you should limit Snapchat. Maybe you should watch less of video games. It's very much in your face buzzwords, keywords that people will see, very triggering words. And I'm using these at the start here to, again, hook people in at the start. So look, there's a lot of things you've got to consider if you're building your personal brand or you're building social media pages for somebody else. You might be running a marketing agency, or maybe you're doing some consulting where you're getting paid to advise on this stuff. And getting views on social media is just one part of the equation. You see, it's all about knowing how to get those views in a way where they attract the right people. And then you've got a system in place that will take those people, nurture them, and eventually turn them into customers, leads, or even clients. I had to go through this entire process with my personal brand. I had some months when I was just starting off where things did start to click. My videos started to get some views, but I didn't have a system. I really truly didn't know what I was doing, and I thought I was just getting the wrong people to my content. Looking back, I just didn't have a clear system to monetize my audience. I started off selling a really cheap ebook because I thought that would be the best thing to sell. It would be cheap, lots of people would buy it, and I'd make easy money. Well, didn't really work that way. And then I went on to try a bunch of other different products and digital offers. And since then, I've kind of figured things out. I don't have the perfect setup, but I have a setup that has made my personal brand well over 7 figures and makes roughly 7 figures a year. So I'm going to invite you to book a call with me. If you are looking to start a personal brand, you already have one and you need help growing and monetizing it, or you're looking to start a social media marketing agency or a consulting business, helping other people grow their brand online. At this point, I have helped well over 100 people make between 5 to 45K per month with this stuff. So have a call with me. Let's see if what I do would help you. And if you decide, no, Adam, I don't want your help, that's completely fine.